Today I'm talking all about curly hair activators. If you're curious to know what a curly hair activator is, what it does, whether or not you need one, how to use them, which ones I recommend, then stay tuned because that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. Hi, I'm Delilah from the Holistic Enchilada, and on my channel I share tips, tricks, and resources to help you embrace your curls and keep things simple. You can head over to my blog holisticenchilada.com for lots more free resources, or follow me on social media at Holistic Enchilada, where I share more bite-sized information and curly hair tips. And of course, subscribe to my channel. Let's start with what a curl activator is. So a curl activator is a product that you apply to wet hair after you've shampooed and conditioned, but before your styling products, or sometimes it's also part of the styling product. I'll get to that one in a bit. And its purpose is to boost hydration and softness, enhance curls, and increase definition. So through the process of moisturizing the hair better, usually through humectants like glycerin, it creates more definition in the curl. It also gets softer because you're moisturizing it, and that in turn enhances your curls to make them pop a little more or make it look just a little bit curlier than it would if you didn't use a curl activator. Curl activators are also called curl enhancers, and they can be a standalone product like a serum or a cream, or they can be integrated within a styling product like a gel. So there are some gels that are curl enhancing, and there are some curl creams that are curl enhancing as well. So you have to read the description of the product and see what its purpose is. If it says curl activating or curl enhancing, then you'll know that it likely has humectants in it near the top of the ingredients list that is giving you those curl activating effects. How do curl activators work? Basically, they use ingredients like humectants, as I mentioned before, which attract moisture, and this in turn enhances definition. Usually curly and wavy hair requires more moisture than other hair types, and the more moisture you give the hair, typically up to a certain point, the more defined it's going to be. The less moisture you give it, the more frizzy, dry, and puffy it's going to be. There's a certain point where you're giving it too much moisture and it starts to go limp. But that's difficult to achieve with humectants and curl activators. That's going to be if you are layering tons of moisturizing products like conditioners and leave-in conditioners and curl creams and butters, and then you're deep conditioning all the time. Like, that's like a more long-term effect. So curl activators are typically lightweight. There are some that are creamy and heavier for maybe thicker, drier hair types, and most of them are fairly lightweight, so they can be used by pretty much all curl types. Now, because they contain humectants, it's important to note that if you're in a dry climate or a humid climate, this can be problematic if you don't layer something over this to combat those effects. So remember that humectants attract the moisture from the air around you, or they pull moisture from your hair because the air around you is dry. So in both of those cases, it's gonna cause frizz. And how do you combat that? Is by using a strong hold product over the product that has humectants. So you want to layer something, an anti-humidity product that has emollients in it, that has hard hold ingredients, humidity blocking ingredients. So typically that's going to be hard hold gels. If you're using one of those over a curl activator that has humectants, then you will be fine. Don't shy away from using humectants because you live in a humid place. I live in Florida. It's one of the most humid places in the US. And I do use humectants, even in my finishing products, because I know how to use them. Really, you just don't want to use a humectant-rich product as your only styling product, because that's a recipe for disaster. The benefits of using a curl activator are gonna be enhance your natural curl pattern, prevent frizz, increase shine, promote healthy moisture balance in the hair, add softness to the hair, even if it doesn't provide much hold, add volume without increasing weight or stiffness of the hair, and it can help to smooth out curly coils for more definition. So overall, it's a type of product that most people with texture in their hair can benefit from using. Now, do you need a curl activator? That really depends on what your goals are. If you want your curls to pop, you want less frizz, you don't mind layering products, and you're just looking to increase definition, then yes, it can be a good idea to try one out and see if it works for you in your routine. If you want to keep things simple, I strongly suggest that you find a leave-in or a gel that is also a curl activator. That way you're not complicating your routine by adding a whole other product to it. So how do you use a curl activator? Pretty much like any other styling product, you're gonna apply it after your leave-in conditioner, before your gel. If you're using curl creams and stuff like that, I would apply it before the curl cream. So right after conditioning, the leave-in conditioner, put your curl activator. After that, you can layer curl creams, mousses, gels, any of those finishing styling products right after it. You don't want to use a lot of curl activator, so you want to use a small amount. I recommend that you apply it to your hair and you rake it through. If you use a brush, it's a good way to distribute it through. You want it to get distributed evenly throughout your hair, and definitely apply it to wet hair so that it distributes much more easily and spreads all over your hair. Because it has humectants, it can cause flash drying. If this is the case for you, if you struggle with flash drying from humectants, then I would recommend you layer a curl cream underneath this, and that's going to balance out, because curl creams tend to have emollients, which are oils, and that will balance out with the effects of the humectants so that you don't get that like dry feeling when you apply any humectant rich product. So that's across the board, not just with curl activators. If you struggle with flash drying, use more leave-in conditioner or add a curl cream underneath that product, and that should resolve the problem for you. You can also use curl activators to refresh hair the next day, but again, because they often have humectants, be very careful in humid and dry climates. So if you do want to use them in those climates to refresh, just layer a little bit more gel on top. Otherwise, I recommend you don't refresh with a curl activator in those types of climates. Just use them on your styling day. All right, so let's get on to my top recommendations for curl activators. First up, let's talk about Mop Top Curly Hair Custard, because I just have it right here. And this is a gel and curl enhancer in one. So this is one of those products that does both things. You don't need to add an extra product. This would be your gel, and it's also a curl enhancer. The second ingredient in this gel is glycerin. So this gel for me is one of the most curl enhancing gels that I have ever used, and I love using it because it really makes my curls pop. The definition is really great with this, super soft and shiny. It's water soluble, so it doesn't weigh down my hair. It's not moisture heavy either, very lightweight. Gives you a medium hold, but because glycerin is the second ingredient, I can't use this alone here in Florida because 5 minutes of being outside, my hair will just poof. So I tend to use a little bit of this and then a small amount of a hard hold gel, for example, Giovanni LA Hold, which will give me that hold and seal in this product so that I don't have to deal with the effects of the humidity and the glycerin. So like I said, this is a good one for all curly hair types because it's lightweight and water soluble and light in moisture. Next, let's talk about the Orange Marmalade Flaxseed and Aloe Curl Definer. So a lot of people refer to this as a gel, even though it's not really a gel, but it has a pretty good hold. So yes, it does work like a gel, and it gives a lot of people a really hard cast. So in that sense, it's a gel, but it's actually a cream. You can see it comes out in a creamy texture. But this is definitely a curl enhancer. The main ingredients are flaxseed, which is naturally curl enhancing, agave nectar is a humectant, pectin is a humectant, aloe vera. So these are all film forming humectants, which is why it creates such a good cast for some people. And there's no emollients in here, no oils. It's just a bunch of humectants, some marshmallow root, and preservative essential oils. It's pretty much it. So it's straight up a curl enhancer. That's why it's called Curl Definer. And this is very lightweight. Very, very lightweight. I recommend this for all curly hair types. And because it's like a creamy texture instead of a gel, I find that this causes less flash drying than some of the other options do. So people who struggle with flash drying might have more success using the Orange Marmalade. This one's also water soluble, so it won't build up. However, it may not hold up as a single styler in high humidity, so I would still pair a gel over that. And that's been the case for me here. I have tried this. This works on day one, but it doesn't last. I need something with a stronger hold because of the humidity here. So I definitely need to pair this with something else, but a lot of people can use this as a single styler and be fine with it. So it would take a little bit of testing to see which is the case for you. Next, we have the Tralex High Definition Gel. And this is similar to the Mop Top Curly Hair Custard. It's kind of like got this gooey texture, but this is a gel medium hold, just like with Mop Top. This one does not have glycerin, but it does have other humectants. They're not as strong. So this one has aloe, propylene glycol, which is the main humectant in here. And then it's got a bunch of other extracts, protein. This one's also pretty lightweight compared to the Mop Top. This is a little more moisturizing. So for me, this, because I'm in a humid place, this alone doesn't work, but again, for lots of people, this is all they need. They have something It's called 360 Degrees Curls Complex. This is their curl enhancer that they have in their product. And to provide enhanced curl definition and luminous shine with medium to high hold. That's what it says here. So yeah, I find that when I use this, I do get more curl enhancement than when I use other gels, not as much as with Mop Top, but again, Mop Top has glycerin as a second ingredient. This one doesn't even have glycerin. My hair loves glycerin. So you'll find with time there are certain things that really your hair just loves more than others. And for me, my hair loves glycerin. I just have to be careful because of the climate that I live in. But this is a really popular gel, and if you do buy straight from them, I do have a coupon code. I believe it's Holistic Enchilada 15, but I will put it in the description. I also have one for Mop Top, which is HE10, but all of that stuff will be in the description if you want to give them a try. These, they have samples. I forgot to mention, they do not have samples, but you can also get these in Whole Foods and Walgreens. For the high definition gel, yeah, I would say that would be good, except for in extremely dry and humid climates. Pretty much everywhere else, it should be fine as a single styler. Medium hold, like it said, medium moisture. Now, that's all of the ones I have on hand. So other ones I'm gonna talk about are the Cantu Curl Activator. It's probably the most affordable one on my list. And this is a curl cream. So this could be used in place of leave-in conditioner, but you would definitely need a styling product with hold to layer over Cantu Curl Activator. It's best for medium to thick curly hair. So not ideal for those with thinner curly hair or curly hair that's easily weighed down or hair that doesn't need a lot of moisture. So my hair, for example, wouldn't really do well with this. It's very moisturizing, however, it can be drying. How weird is that? Because of the humectants in it. So it depends on how your hair reacts. If you struggle with flash drying, then you may have a problem with that product. It doesn't offer any hold, like I said, and it can be heavy. So that's one that you want to layer a styling product over it. Again, apply it to wet hair. Start off with a small amount because it can be heavy. If your hair is soaking wet, you're not going to need very much. And you know, with a curl enhancer, you just want to make your curls pop a little bit. It's not the main styling product, so you don't want to use a lot anyway. Okay, then we have AG Recoil. And I've only tried this product once. I found it very thick, which surprised me because other people with fine hair like me have recommended it. And actually, my stylist had this at her salon, and that's where I tried it. And she said she only uses it on people with medium to thick, coarse hair because she finds it to be too heavy for other hair types. And I got that impression from me trying it. I didn't try it on wet hair. I just, you know, got some in my hands. I wanted to see the texture, what it smelled like. I put it in my dry hair to see. It's very thick and it's kind of sticky, but it's a really popular curl enhancing product. So again, for medium to thick hair, it offers a light to medium hold, so it's going to be a little bit of hold, but I would still definitely layer a product with stronger hold over it, and it is moisturizing. And again, like I said, this one can be heavy, so definitely don't use it if you are prone to buildup. Now the last two are both from Jessie Curl. So they have two products that are curl enhancing, the Rockin' Ringlets and the Confident Coils. So what's the difference is that one is made with hold and the other one is not. According to the description on the Jessie Curl website, Rockin' Ringlets was the one that they made first. And people loved it, but they wanted something with hold, so they made a similar version with Confident Coils, but added hold to it. So they're very similar products. So Rockin' Ringlets is gonna be one that you would use underneath your styling product. So water soluble, both of them. This one's very lightweight, so great for fine, easily weighed down hair, but pretty much all hair types can use it. It's got humectants in it like all these other ones, no hold, so it can be a little bit drying. Now, Confident Coils is also great for all curl types. It may be a little bit too heavy if your hair gets weighed down easily, but if you use just a little bit, it should be fine. This one's gonna work in all climates, so that's a good thing because there's not a lot of curl enhancers that work in all climates. This one will. It's got a medium hold and it's water soluble, like I said. Really, there's no negatives to that product. I think it's a fantastic product. And the good thing about Jessie Curl is you can get their products either scented or fragrance free. So if you struggle with fragrance products, this is a brand that you can get anything they offer with no fragrance at all, which I think is fantastic because I know it's really hard to find hair products that are not strongly scented, even if they're using essential oils. I also want to mention the Flora and Curl Activating Lotion. Now, I just picked this up. I have heard a lot about this. I have not tried this one, so this is why I didn't include it in my list originally, but I am going to try it, and if I like it, I'm going to add it to the blog post. This is the product right here. This one I got from a mini set that I picked up at Ulta because I've never tried this brand, so I wanted to give it a try. And this one looks to be a creamy consistency. Yeah, this one looks like it's more moisturizing because I'm seeing a couple of oils on here. And it has honey as the main humectant, the third ingredient. So this is definitely going to be different than any of the other ones that I've tried. But yeah, I will add this to the list later on if I do like it. But I did want to mention it because a lot of people have told me they really love this. I just have no no experience with it, so I didn't want to recommend it without knowing for sure. All right, so that's it. All of this information is in the blog post, which I will link in the description of the video so you can go see. I've got a chart on there that has all these products with their pros and cons and which curl types they're for and all that. So if you want to just kind of glance at a chart to get everything in one shot, then head over to that link. And then I also go into detail below that about each product. All right, so let me know in the comments if you use curl activators, if you've tried any, what your thoughts and opinions are on any of these, any other ones that you think that I should look into and check out and add to my list perhaps. All right, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video.